Welcome back to Real Rocky Top Homestead. Sorry I say Anyways, so I'm going down to the barn, the horse barn, to go groom my horse and clean out his feet. And then I'm gonna go back up to the house and continue with the watering at the garden. I left the water on in our raised bed. And then when I get back, I'll move it over to probably the corn for a while, and then we'll move it over to the squash bed. I'm gonna go check on my chickens and whatnot, but my horse has been having some issues with his frogs, and so I really need to stay on top of getting his feet cleaned out and dry. So that's what we're gonna go do. Coming up here to catch him and just groom him and put him back. Okay, looky here. That is one of our escaped rabbits that got out a few weeks ago. He just keeps coming and going. So, just a rabbit on the loose. Okay, so I've got the halter, and now we just gotta go find him. Which I think I saw where they were all at whenever I was walking up here. Do you guys hear those? That's probably one of my favorite sounds. Summertime. We have found said horse. Hoss! Hey! Let's see if he avoids me or if he will let me catch him. Some days it's a toss-up. We have acquired the pony. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do for him today. Is just gonna groom him. Just my main goal was to pick out those feet, and I always start with this back foot because he has had so many issues with that foot on letting people pick it up and hold it. When I first bought him and we got his shoes on, the first time was a very traumatic experience with him, with that foot, because he had a little bit of issues with it, and the farrier that we used didn't have a lot of patience with him, and it was a whole ordeal, and I think he kind of traumatized him on that foot and maybe pulled a muscle or something, because after that I could not pick up that back foot. Over 6 months, could be longer, possibly a year, he would not let me pick that foot up, like at all. He would just slam it back down, or even try to kick out because he didn't want me picking it up. So within the past year or so, I've been slowly working with it. Anytime he'd pick it up, I just let go. Anytime he'd barely pick it up, I'd let go. I didn't want to put any more pressure on him than he felt comfortable giving me for a little while, especially since it was such an issue. But now he will let me pick it up, but I have to keep it really low. If I pick it up and I try to lift it up higher like you would normally with a normal horse, he will jerk it back. I think there's just a spot in there that he's not comfortable with his foot being picked up that way. So we pick it up low and we keep it down here to clean out. And even with the new farrier that I've gotten, who has shoed him twice, well, shoed him once and then trimmed him the second time because it was going into winter. That guy is amazing. We didn't have to sedate him to get his feet done, and usually we do every time, or we have to twitch him. But with this guy, he just worked with him. It took like an hour and a half to get his feet done, but he took his time and he got it done without having to do anything like that. So we figured out with that back foot, he trims him and he shoes him way down here, which is a pain on your back. But that's how we can get it done without causing a big explosion over something. But so yeah, now I start with that foot, so that way he doesn't have that buildup of, oh, she's almost to it type of thing. Start with the front feet and then the other one, and then making the bad one the last one. I just go ahead and get it out of the way first thing, and he usually doesn't have a problem with it. He lets me pick it up. Sometimes he'll jerk it out, but I just have to make sure I keep it low. But that's all I'm doing for him right now, and I'm gonna get him scheduled to get his feet done soon. Just gotta figure out when that'll be. And I wanted to make sure that he's good still on picking up his feet and everything before I have the guy come out. Or actually, I prefer to take him to him, but now we gotta work on making sure he still loads okay. Because being a mom, being a wife, being a homesteader, he has been put on the back burner for sure. Riding and horses have been put on the back burner. They've just had the very bare minimum, and like not getting groomed every day, not getting groomed very often at all, honestly. So I didn't know his front feet his frogs had gotten that bad. But just here recently, I've decided I need to make it a priority again, because honestly, that's when I feel most myself, is whenever I am riding or messing with horses or drawing. Those are my heart hobbies, you know. So I've talked to Kyle about it, and I said I need to make sure I schedule out time during the week, 3 or 4 times a week, to ride, spend time with him, work with him, and get back into showing. That's my plan. So we're gonna get him all lined out. But that was it for tonight. I rode him yesterday. Alright, so now I'm back home, and I didn't move the sprinkler because the ground wasn't wet enough still. I'm going to let it go a little longer and then I'll move it. But now we are headed out to the chicken coop, and guys, look at the sky! So I know it's getting dark, so the quality might be going down. Let me walk this way. I don't know if that helps. Anyways, so we're going out here to the chicken coop. I'm just going to check on everybody. I'm not shutting them up for the night. Well, I might. They might all be in. Sometimes there's a few stragglers, and so usually wait till dark to shut them up, which we don't want to do. We really want to shut them up around this time. But like I said, sometimes there's a few stragglers that don't get in time. So we still do have a few that fly out. And they're not all in at the same time. But, okay. I don't see anybody. And sorry, but I'm not going to be able to show you in here. This is extremely dark. So scratch that on shutting up chickens, because Kyle forgot to bring dog food home, which, you know, it's whatever, it happens. So I'm going to have to run into town real quick and go get Nolan some dog food so he doesn't eat the chickens. So I'll go do that, and then we'll come back and shut him up. Kyle's probably gonna move my sprinkler for me while I'm gone. But I gotta move Casey's little watering can before it gets ran over. All right, now let's go to town. I'm gonna see if they do it again. But somebody was just shooting off fireworks right behind the Family Dollar Tree. I can't imagine anything more Missouri than that. You know what? The second I shut this off, I guarantee you they're gonna shoot one. Oh well. Alright, made it back home. I drove the truck out here because I'm not carrying that bag of feed all the way out here. But it's so dark, you're not gonna be able to see a thing. So I just figured, you know what, I'll end the video here. I'm gonna go feed Nolan. I'm gonna shut up my chickens, move my sprinkler, and go in the house and relax. So thanks for joining me, and this will probably go up tomorrow, which tomorrow's 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to everybody, and thank you to everyone that has served our country. We appreciate you very much. So see you on the next one. Bye.